Clayton Forrester. I haven't seen you since Oak Ridge.
Good to see you, General. Well, this is Pastor Collins.
Hi, sir.
Sheriff Pagani, head of local control.
Sure. General.
Miss Van Buren.
Miss Van Buren?
How do you do, General? Would you care for some coffee?
Thank you.
General Mann's in charge of intelligence for the Pacific area.
Number 7 now hooking up.
That's their position. Well, you certainly got them surrounded. I suppose they've neutralized all communications here?
Not all, sir. Radio's out, but our field phones are okay so far.
Well, they'll go the minute there's another heat ray. Cylinder reported down by Huntington Beach. That's a job for the Navy.
Any news from abroad?
Washington is in constant touch with the military of other nations. Apparently, they're coming down all over. South America. Santiago has 2 cylinders. They're outside London. They're in Naples. We've got them between here and Fresno, outside Sacramento, 2 on Long Island.
They're just coming down at random.
No. According to information from foreign sources, they're working to some kind of a plan. Now, what it may be isn't clear yet, simply because once they begin to move, no more news comes out of that area. We've been getting reports of destruction, massacre. Here's an instance. Town of Saint-Julien, south of Bordeaux, wiped out by ray of undetermined nature. Local reports say nothing remains. Nothing remains. What do you make of that?
All we've seen is the heat ray they use.
Well, some of our newest weapons are in here. We want to be sure to stop them.
We will, sir.
Now, from the data, and from that picture the Air Force took earlier tonight, what we've got out there is the original pilot ship. On the basis of its observations, the others were guided down. Pattern-wise, 1 lands, then 2, making groups of 3s joined magnetically. Is that possible?
If they do it, it is.
My orders are not to go into action unless they move out of the shelter of that gully.
Well, meanwhile, we'll have a chance to observe them. Now, this is the only place we've had time to surround them with sufficient force to contain them. What happens here will be a guide to all other operations. Now, the minute action begins and a pattern of defense develops, I'll get my report to Washington. You've deployed your forces well.
Thank you, sir. If they start anything, we can blast them right off the earth.
Motor company. All units. Set and ready. 75. All units. Set and ready.
They'll probably move at dawn.
Something moving in the gully. Look at it, will you?
Beings from another world.
Is that some kind of a flying machine?
No, no. It's supported from the ground by rays, probably some form of magnetic flux like invisible legs. This is amazing. We must keep the opposing poles in balance and lift the machine.
Stand by to fire.
All command posts, stand by to fire.
But, Colonel, shooting's no good.
It's always been a good persuader.
Shouldn't you try to communicate with them first? And shoot later if you have to.
Target as indicated. Repeat, target as indicated.
1075s report they've got them under local sight, sir.
I think we should try to make them understand we mean them no harm.
There's another machine coming out.
There are living creatures out there.
But they're not human. Dr. Forrester says they're some kind of advanced civilization.
If they're more advanced than us, they should be nearer the Creator for that reason.
It'll be a moving target. Prepare to follow up.
No real attempt has been made to communicate with him, you know.
Let's go back inside, Uncle Matthew.
I've done all I can in there. You go back. Sylvia. I like that Dr. Forrester. He's a good man.
Attention all batteries. Prepare for volley fire. Repeat. Prepare for volley fire.
Who's that? What's he think he's doing? Too late now. He's too far away.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil.
It's seen him.
Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth over. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Let him have it. Fire!
Can't get through to them. They put out some sort of electromagnetic covering, a protective blister.
Somehow. They're the atomic glue holding matter together.